Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So I'm excited I finally got my brand new blue iPhone 12. So I went ahead and went with the blue model because it's the cool color, I guess, to go with. I didn't really like any of the other ones. The product red just wasn't all that appealing to me this go around, so I thought I'd try this out. I went with the 128 gigabyte model because yes, unfortunately they're still offering a 64 gig. I think in 2020 that's just a little bit on the small side. So instead of listening to me go on and on, let's go ahead and take this out of the box. But important things to note here, of course, it is 5G. And I also like unboxing iPhones because you don't need knives, you don't need scissors, everything just pulls right off with the pull tabs. And look how thin this box is this go around, which is pretty crazy. And voila, I like that. I really like this presentation. This is cool because whenever you take the box off, you can instantly, see the back of the phone and see the cool color instead of seeing the screen. So I do like that. Looking here on the back, you can see the logo, the color. Actually, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was really worried. I've seen a lot of people's pictures and some of the stuff that they posted on the internet. I'm like, man, this thing looks like a crayon blue, and I'm not really digging it. But this looks better in real life. I'm super happy about that. Kind of color coordinated here. We've got the two 12 megapixel cameras. So we only have the primary shooter and the wide angle. I think it's neat though, because this is the iPhone 12. So 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel, and wait for it, surprise, 12 megapixel. So pretty cool. They put this little thing on here this go around. So it shows you where everything's at in case you don't know, but this is for the, this is the mute switch over here, and then you've got the volume buttons, volume up and down, power button over here. This thing is surprisingly light. I expected it to be much heavier than this, especially with the 6.1 inch screen. They did flatten out the sides, so this has kind of the appearance similar to the iPhone 5, the iPhone 4, the old generation. It's not all rounded off. I do like here though that you've got these silver accented screws on the opposite sides of the Lightning charging port. Speakers, of course. It is a sharp looking phone. And then over here, we talked about it a second ago, we've got the SIM card tray down here on the bottom left, and it feels nice. You can feel the Gorilla Glass on the back, of course. It feels nice, and like I said, yeah, it's not crazy heavy. This is a big power button. And we'll wait for it to fire it up. So let's go through the rest of the unboxing process. We're done. There's Jack Diddley in here. We do have the power cable, which one change here is that it is USB-C to Lightning charging port. So last go around with the iPhone 11, it was still a 5-watt power brick, and it was still the USB-A to USB-C. There's no charging brick in here. So if you're going to pick one up, I recommend this one. This is not sponsored at all. It's really good. It's got the 20-watt power supply, Anchor. They make fantastic charging products. Since Apple did not want to put a charging brick in here, I say don't buy one from them and give them any money. So go buy this instead. You can find a link in the description. Check it out there. Solid charger. One thing I want to show you here real quick is, go ahead and pop the SIM tray out. You can see here, all we have room for is an actual SIM card. They're not like Android where you get expandable SD cards where you can add to the storage. So just food for thought, whatever you buy, that's what you're going to be stuck with, whether it's 64, the 128, or the 256. And again, like I said, I went with the 128 because I think that that's a good solid number for appropriate size, especially since this can shoot 4K 60. You really want to have extra size going along with the storage in here. And hello. Hello. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up, and we'll come back after that. Now, one other thing here real quick, we do have the SIM ejector tool, and they put the sticker in there. So for those of you who like to put Apple stickers on things, sticker your little heart out. I tried something a little bit different with the unboxing this go around. That way, those of you who just wanted to see me take it out of the box and get an idea for what the phone looked like, y'all could see that out front without having to deal with me talking. Now, for those of you who stayed for the second part to get my thoughts on the phone, welcome. Thanks for staying and watching longer. So this is actually the first iPhone that I've used in a while. I did use the iPhone SE for a bit when it came out. I've actually had my Apple Watch Series 6 paired up with my iPhone XS. It's getting traded in. But at first glance, I like it. Kind of. I was really worried about this blue color because I had seen a bunch of pictures that people had posted, and like at the event, it looked slightly more lucrative to me. And then I'd kind of been eyeing the Pro series. So when I saw images popping up about this phone on Twitter, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing looks like a crayon. But seeing it now in person in kind of normal lighting, I'm like, all right, I can kind of deal with this. I mean, of course, the case is going on it anyway, but I do like the idea of having a nice looking phone. And I like the brushed aluminum on the side, so I think this does look good and it matches well, but this is more of like a darker flat blue. Yeah, I mean, I do like it. It does feel light. It doesn't feel like as dense on the inside as like the older iPhones did. They just felt kind of like a brick. So I'm glad they lightened it up a little bit. I do like the flat edges that it has. Of course, it has the 12 megapixel cameras on the back here, like we talked about earlier, the wide angle and the regular shooter, and then the 12 megapixel on the front. So I think that that's cool, like 12, 12, 12, and then it's the iPhone 12. So that I think is nice. I definitely recommend the 128 gigabyte storage model if you can pull that off. If not, you can still live with 64. Of course, you can go that route. I don't like that they increased the price this go around, but it's Apple. I called this a year or two ago when the XR came out, or the 10R, whatever you want to call it. So it was inevitable. I felt like this is kind of the way that they were headed. But overall, I am enjoying it so far. I am not the biggest iPhone fan in the world. Like, I like them. Don't get me wrong. It's a solid product. I'm going to enjoy using it, and I don't want to say anything bad about it. So don't be discouraged. That's not what this is about. I'm just saying I'm a BlackBerry guy. I typically use Android. Other than that, I mean, I've been using my Fold 2. So this is a little bit out in left field for me, but of course I will test it out. I'm going to do my 72-hour review video. I'm going to do my full review. I'm going to go test out the camera. I'm going to do some fun stuff with it this weekend. That way I can give you all the information that y'all want. I mean, some people hold off and wait for them to come out for a while and want to watch a couple of videos, get some information on them, all that good stuff. So hopefully I can give you the information that you need to inform you if you're curious in picking one up. Also, I had to do some research to figure out what this little thing was on the side. It's like, it almost looks like a fingerprint sensor, but it's not. It's for a 5G antenna port. And that's what that was. I was confused when I was doing the unboxing, but that's what that is there. And I did notice it does get a little warm on the sides when it's under load. So as I was installing everything and setting it up, like the sides over here did get a little bit warmer than is characteristic for iPhones. But maybe that's just because it was dissipated differently for the previous versions. So yeah, sound off in the comments. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything about it, this is very much just a unboxing, first impressions, take it out of the box. I got my initial setup done, totally easy. Of course, there's no Touch ID, which I think I'm a little irritated about that. I wish that they did have it. But Face ID seems to be nice and snappy, just like I remember it. And of course, it pairs nicely with the Apple Watch, and I've got the Apple Watch Series 6. So now I can start making some more content about the Apple Watch Series 6 if you're excited about that. I haven't been using it very much because I've just been kind of loosely testing it out, using it for exercise and things like that, and I have it paired to my iPhone XS that's getting shipped off, and that was just so I could test it out. So I'll be putting this through the paces, testing it out. Of course, I love typing on it. It is the best software typing experience on a keyboard that's not a physical keyboard, so I do like that as well. I'll be tweeting from this a lot. So that's all I've got. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments as I'm going through this process, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.